How do I love my greens? Let me count the ways. In our program Transform, we really talk about how the greens have so much power. And not just greens, when you think about all the different colors of different kinds of vegetables that you're talking about, you got the yellows, you got the reds, you got the oranges, you got the blues. All these different plant material have tons of what we call phytonutrients. And phytonutrients are really incredible because they can help in cardiovascular health. They can be anti-cancer, especially when you start thinking about ORACs. Like, we can actually measure the units of antioxidant activity that some of these vegetables have, and fruits in all different types of colors. There is anti-inflammatory properties. When you think about tomato, for example, have phytonutrients in there that is anti-cancer. Many of these blues can have properties to actually help brain with neuroinflammation and neuroregeneration. So there are many reasons why greens are really important, but not everybody can eat all these greens. When you look at all the different colors, you want about 6 cups a day, mostly in vegetables and some fruit. And sometimes people can't eat that much vegetables either because they may have food digestion issues, tolerability issues, or sometimes time or convenience issues. So for that reason, Love My Greens is my favorite way to really boost a ton of greens into your diet. Now let's take a quick look. When you look at Love My Greens from the store, I want to point out a couple things. When you look at the ingredients here, I love the fact that not much calories, right? But look at all the organic ingredients that we're looking at. So you've got the spirulina in there. And I do want to point out that people sometimes make this mistake. They look at the barley, the wheatgrass. These are grasses, barley grass, wheatgrass. Those do not contain gluten. It's not the grass that contains gluten. And in fact, these young grasses, greens, have a ton of really nutrient dense and phytonutrient dense. So spirulina and chlorella, these are superfoods. And the superfoods in there really have a lot of power that really can actually help with the liver detoxification, whether that's metals or even hormones or bacterial breakdown products when you're trying to kill an infection in your gut. So really huge. There's organic nettle leaf. Nettle leaf is really great as an antihistamine. It can lower the allergens, the amount of histamine reaction to some of those allergens. So organic nettle leaf, incredible to have in a product to really help with your immune system and your allergy system. And then there's a proprietary blend of vegetables in here, not just the greens, because we got greens, but we got carrots, which are the orange. We got beets. Beet is so great for the liver, gallbladder. And then when you look at carrot, all the vitamin A in there is really great for leaky gut, really great vision. Vitamin A is also really great for your thyroid. You look at the organic tomato that's in here, again, anti-cancer benefits, cardiovascular benefits. And then you got some parsley in here. Parsley, cilantro, those kinds of herbs are really great for detox, especially with the metals in your body. And then I love the fact that there's sprouts. We're looking at broccoli sprouts, cauliflower sprouts, kale sprouts. Now there's something about sprouts where it's the new sprout right from the seed that all those nutrients are like, think about it, 10 times more in a little sprout than it is in a big plant. So that's exactly why we do the sprouts. So when you look at these cruciferous vegetables that are sprouted, you're looking at broccoli and cauliflower, and then has organic kale in there, the cruciferous that's in there, cruciferous vegetables have a unique ability to help what we call phase 1 hormone detoxification. So a lot of people with autoimmune disease with hormone problems really need to eat a ton of cruciferous, but the active ingredient is really super concentrated in the sprouts. So when you do just a scoop of Love My Greens, you're really basically revving up hormone balancing, hormone detoxification. Like, you're helping the hormones that need to break down faster and leave your body. So that's why I love the sprouts in there. And then there's a fruit proprietary blend. So there's other colors in here. We're looking at apples. We're looking at the blueberries, the blues, the cranberry, the reds, raspberry, another red, camu berry, right? And then you got the ORAC proprietary blend. ORAC, when you're looking at ORAC proprietary blend, is what is anti-cancer about this. And they have great seed extract and grape skin extract. Both are really well studied in many pathways for anti-aging and cancer prevention. So cell regeneration, that's a really important part of this, and also preventing oxidative stress and cancer stress. So the ORAC proprietary blend is kick-ass in this product. And then there's also an enzyme prebiotic blend. Why is prebiotics really important? We spend all this money trying to grow the good bacteria in our gut by just taking good probiotics, but these probiotics, if they're not fed, they go right through you, which is why, they may last a couple days or a couple weeks, but why wouldn't you want to grow them? And that's where prebiotics come in. So Love My Greens has a specific prebiotic blend designed to feed the good bacteria to help them grow. why not have it grow in you? It's not the best thing. Don't just take it and have it pass through you. Feed them prebiotics. So that's Love My Greens. How would I use it? I actually have used it in my matcha latte. So when I make my matcha latte, I'll use a teaspoon of the matcha powder in there, but I also do like half a teaspoon or a full teaspoon of Love My Greens in there because they actually taste really similar. And I make my matcha latte using Love My Greens. If that's too much greens for you and you want to just do half of the matcha and half of a teaspoon with Love My Greens, totally good too. I kind of make a giant cup of it. So I'll use 1 teaspoon of it each. You could take Love My Greens and you could put hot water in it, just make a drink out of it. You could put in cold water, have a cold drink with it. I do it all the time. I just take some water in here, maybe even some ice in here, and I'll just put 1 scoop in there. I put a whole scoop in there and shake it up and I drink it. I like the flavor of having greens in my water. Some people may find that, oh, I don't like the taste of greens. I'm going to say that if you've never used a greens powder, it might be something that you need to get used to. However, I enjoy it just like I enjoy my matcha latte. So I put it straight into the water. The other way that you can do it is when I make smoothies, I always put some greens in there. And some people really don't like having to put actual greens, pieces of greens in there. Why not just put some of the half a scoop or 1 scoop of the Love My Greens in there with your smoothie? That's a great way to get all of those phytonutrients and ORAC in there, just right in your smoothies. And when you're looking at the kind of protein powders in the store, we have, you can use collagen as a protein powder for your smoothies. You can use Nourisher for hormone balancing. And with Nourisher, you just add a scoop of Love My Greens in there and has all those cruciferous to even help Nourisher break down hormones even faster. That's a killer combo, like a scoop of the Nourisher with a scoop of the Love My Greens in there, killer combo for hormones and blood sugar balancing, right? And then for people who are really GI sensitive, meaning they have a lot of tolerability problems. They can't eat a lot of those vegetables, meaning that they can't process just a lot of those vegetables. Sometimes the greens powder is really helpful to get some concentrated amount in a form that's easily absorbable. So the protein powder I recommend is GI Restore with really good branched chain amino acids that are easily absorbable. And you can throw just some of the greens powder or a lot of it in there. You may find that you can tolerate greens in that way much better than you can trying to eat a ton of it, where if you're in the middle of a GI flare right now. So Love My Greens. Now, creative ways to use Love My Greens. People have in our program have put it into spaghetti. So their kids don't even know. I'm serious. I've done this. So when you make your spaghetti sauce, throw some Love My Greens in there. They don't even know. But when you bake something, especially if it's chocolate, like chocolate cupcakes for your kids, you can actually throw some Love My Greens in there. They would never even notice. I know. So other places to put would be soup. So example would be like lentil soup. Lentil soup, a lot of people don't even think to put a ton of vegetables in there, or they don't. You can easily throw like half a scoop, even a scoop in a whole pot of soup, and you just boosted tons of vegetables, benefit and phytonutrients into straight lentil soup. Why not do that? So some of these soups that are more thicker, you can do that with. So if you were, for example, already making like a cream of broccoli soup, or even if you do like a butternut squash soup, something where it's more like blended vegetable, you can also throw Love My Greens in there as well, just to boost up the vegetable content. So there's many ways to use it. That's Love My Greens. And it's one of my favorite, most versatile products in the store. And it's a great, to me, 10 times punch to help all the issues related with autoimmunity, including blood sugar, the good bacteria amount in your gut, and hormone balancing, and anti-cancer.